For you to drink
with bread.
the bread.
3 pieces of full bread.
With egg inside.
With egg inside my butter. So when I carry it to the men, say carry it to the men. When you give it to the men, then you must come back to the car.
So the food make you now, you carry it so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the men, the men say thank you. I say okay. The men say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man going to now.
Yeah, the same man.
The man say want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then they are 2 now.
In the Jeep.
In a G. Then they are 2.
A big Jeep.
Yeah.
That one.
Black BG, photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
No, Papi, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the water now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like you can here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, can I say when I move from here, I'll free? Can I say when I move from here, I'll free? You say one talk again. I wanted to make a whole talk to you, but you talk in the question. Hi, not looking. Hi, you looking. Hi. Looking, then you want force and now more word again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to again. And said they call me to the office at OSP.
I think you explain to me that you come to get fair. You say you get the tea to the man. After you get the tea to the man, you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I'll not fair.
Nobody, you getting fair. You say asking you too much question. Hey, they explain things. Say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
okay, I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then you.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
Go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. I say sorry now. Sorry.
See, Ali, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I said I can take time
to explain. Yeah, okay.
For the next 13 days, I will keep you crying. And you're crying all over the place? What I will continue to do, I've already succeeded in completely demoralizing your base. You're just crying all over the place. I haven't even started. One more freedom where were you? Raising money just to run to and flying from hospital. Where were you all? Sitting there talking nonsense.
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they came Vietnam,
have you heard your mother deny that our
when they came Vietnam, they changed Vietnam. What kind of people they so? What kind of people? Freedom fighter, you raping our women. Freedom fighter, you killing our children. Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
I will speak because people exactly
When they were coming, they said they were liberators. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they came Vietnam, they changed their mind. When they came Vietnam, they changed their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you raping our people. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you killing our children. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you destroying our country. They are freedom fighters. Iya-yo, ayo, ayo. Oh, iya-yo, yo, ayo. Iya-yo, ayo, ayo, ayo.
Oh, yes, indeed. What a great day. What a wonderful opportunity it feels.
Freedom fight.
In a pleasant way, I'd like to welcome all of you
I mean, they say they were labor,
on this wonderful
but when they came,
church this morning in the nation's capital.
when they came, yeah, they
Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Liberia.
so
They are freedom fighters.
Good morning, just wherever you are this morning.
They are
On our voice.
you freedom fighter, you raping our women,
They are freedom fighters.
freedom
Good morning and welcome
in
to
our children.
They are free.
our friends, our
Now you
followers,
destroy now.
to those of you in the diaspora.
Ah,
It's
yeah.
always a good thing to have you join us for breakfast.
Ayo,
Breakfast on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development.
ayo,
And of course, this is where you get the analysis of those issues
ah, yeah, yo,
making the news in Liberia.
yeah, yo, ayo, ayo, oh, yeah, yo, yo, ayo, ayo, yeah, yo, ayo, ayo, ayo.
Good morning, good morning. Too many things to talk about, lots of things happening in the country. And of course, it is another opportunity
When they were coming, they said they were liberators.
to look deep,
When they were coming, they said they were liberators.
bring you up to speed.
Yeah, they change their mind. When they came, they change
Politics,
mind. What kind of people they so?
They are free.
things are beginning to shake
What
up.
kind of people they so?
We are seeing
You freedom fighter,
some quiet movement
They are freedom.
going around
freedom fighter, you killing our
that the public
They are freedom fighters.
freedom fighter
need to
in our country.
start to look at. And of course,
Ah, yeah, yo, ayo, ayo, ayo.
where we say
Yeah, yo, ayo, ayo. Oh, yeah, yo,
it
yo.
is crystal clear that of course the regime is in panic mood. Panic mood, and this is
Yo,
responsible
ayo, ayo, ayo. Yeah,
for a lot of what you see happening
yeah, yo, yo, ayo.
out, and of course
Yo, I-
among some elements within the Joseph Numa Boakai and Jeremiah Kuhn leadership. This morning, we're going back to events of the weekend when we saw and witnessed an avalanche
Wani maji anya wara.
of major political actors convert
Adi anya wara wa mo
at
nyonju.
the Jamaica Resort, former President George Manawia,
Wasia wa
as he paid special
ana
homage
wa ko na kon wa.
to his late father,
Kena be mo nya be nyaka.
One more freedom,
political analysts, political pundits are saying
freedom,
Freedom
beyond
fight again.
the funeral rituals,
one more freedom,
For freedom fight.
what does the convergence, what does the gathering
freedom,
For freedom
tap
fight.
politically,
one more freedom,
plus or
Ayo
minus
ayo.
in this time?
Ayo.
Let's look at
Ayo. Ayo.
the circumstances under which, the time and environment under which
Ayo.
statements that have come out
Ayo.
from the political and of course ruling class of the country. It first started
Wani ma
with the funeral service.
nyonju weyan.
Former foreign minister
Ni ma ji anya wara wa mo nyonju weyan.
D. Master Sakeme
Yeah.
saw
Yeah. Wana wa ko na kon.
prominent political figure
Kena be mo nya be nyaka.
attending at the Providence Baptist Church.
Wa mo nye o.
one more freedom,
Then weeks
For
later,
freedom fight again ni nyonju bi o pa.
saw all these very powerful faces
Ni nyonju bi o.
accepting
one more freedom,
an invitation
Freedom.
and
Ni
honoring
nyonju bi o ji.
and gracing the occasion with their
Ayo.
presence. At no other place
Ayo.
in Jamaica resort.
Ayo.
Oh yes, indeed. We, the political analysts, we have a way to look at these things, and of course, let's have conversation about it this morning.
Ayo.
Good morning, good morning.
Ayo.
Oh yes, we'll talk about that.
Ayo.
A lot of it is going to be about the opposition political community this morning on the show,
Music.
as we also take a flight to make an assessment and of course look back on the appearance of the ANC political leader on yesterday. And we're not going to hold back to say that there are gossips in the corner as folks have begun whispering that from the look of things and the way Mr. Cummins is moving a little far apart
Ayo.
a little far apart from the mainstream political opposition in the country.
Ayo.
And they have begun branding Mr. Cummins as a regime collaborator. I don't know how the ANC folks look at it. These are the whispers and the gossips in the political corridors of Liberia.
When they were
Judging by his measured opinion
when they
on critical issues in the country,
liberator,
selective
when they came,
considerations of what to speak to, what to address,
when they came,
and of course,
they changed their mind. What kind
the
of
distance between himself and the mainstream political opposition. Upon the belief
freedom fight?
Cummins is seemingly a collaborator of the regime
Freedom.
in some way, form, shape, or manner. Do we agree?
Freedom fighter, you teach now.
Yes. On yesterday, Mr. Cummins made a radio appearance,
Ayo.
and among many things,
Ayo.
he offered
Ayo.
not to take pay when elected as president. But is that what really matters? We
Ayo.
have a thing or two to say about that this morning.
Ayo.
It will interest our friends from the ANC to tune in. Let's have this breakfast together. Still on the menu, of course. We're going to continue our read. The Secretary General of the Congress for Democratic Change, Mr. Jefferson Tambako, in response to the Liberia National Police highlighting egregious and undemocratic practices by the Liberia National Police under the instruction of Gregory O.W. Coleman, and of course, need to review and suspend
My freedom fighter, they need your job.
partners' support and funding to the LNP.
They need your dubious background.
He has embedded within his realm reason for which providing strong intelligence. And to close it up this morning, we talk sports. Today is D-Day as the Liberia Football Association electoral passes. And of course, its integrity committee, or just whatever you call it, will be coming out finally with its verdict and into integrity checks of applicants vying for leadership roles at the Liberia Football Association, the LFA, impeding elections. And of course, we are also expected to get the list of satisfied candidates this morning, I'm told. For more on this, I will link up with our man Thomas Kujok Rula to bring us more on the LFA situation. Liberia football governing body decide to take a whole new dimension, depending on what delegates will decide at the Congress. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course, this is the shipping size of the conversation for you right here on the big station, the People's Radio, Freedom 87.9. Straight up to 10 o'clock this morning, we're going to be running through these and other issues right here for you on the nation's premier, most listened to breakfast conversation. Take a buzz of our theme song, and once we come back, we'll run you through all of the issues right here on the People's Radio.
Shabba musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime and report it, don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must part to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
Okay, so Crime Stopper Liberia is the official sponsor and partner of the Freedom Money Rise, making sure that we're here to bring you the breakfast edition of information, news, and of course entertainment right here on the People's Radio. This one is coming from Nigeria quickly, and I'd like to just update you on that to give you a bit of courage and motivation. So in Nigeria, the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, right, has appointed a former Miss Africa, a former Miss from the pageantry war, a former Miss Africa, and not just a former Miss Africa, she's also a Nigerian lawyer. She's a lawyer in Nigeria. So the president in Nigeria, Ahmed Tinubu, right, has appointed Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu as Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's a big one, right? President Tinubu has appointed Ambassador Bianca Odomingu Ojukwu as Nigeria's new Minister of Foreign Affairs following the resignation of Ambassador Yusuf Tuga. So that is that for you. And so there are events also happening. This morning, the news is that the cost of crude oil, Brent crude, has surged again as new developments around the U.S. Iranian standoff in the Middle East takes new dynamics. And it's important that we inform you and put you in the know of some of these things so that you know exactly what is going on. Right? It's taking a whole new dynamic as the U.S., I think, defense or are supposed to be briefing the president today, I'm told, on supposed to be meeting with the president to give him updates on what could be, what should be the next course of action on Iran. Right? And so Iranians on the other end have also maintained the blockade. Today also, the American blockade on Iranian ports are expected to be extended. So all of these new developments around that have also had some trickle down on the global oil market. Not only the oil market, but the food market as well, because a significant percent of the world fertilizer supply for agriculture comes from the Middle East region and passes through the Strait of Hormuz. So that is having a serious impact. So analysts are saying as times proceed, of course, the prices of basic consumables are going to surge. So this thing is actually having a toll and it's having a serious impact on our world. We hope and pray that the American president will consider, will consider otherwise. But this is what we are in, folks. So I don't know. It's a barrel now of Brent crude is over $120. I think the highest it have claimed for the past 3 to 4 years. The highest it has claimed. So you could imagine, just the other time it was jogging between 100 and something. Our many carry the gas price to over $5. Who knows what the government will be planning again from what we're seeing. But let's hope this thing doesn't stay on for long. But folks, so that is it. Good morning to all of you. Welcome. And this is it, right? Quickly, let's recognize a few of you kindly share the show, please. That's what you have to do. Let's do this thing. Let's support each other. That's what, let's support each other when you come on. And, you're in a lot of chat rooms. You just share the show. That's all you have to do. You drop your comments, your reaction on anything that's bothering you about happenings in the country today, or the 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 issues that we've outlined to discuss. Right? It's important. Sometimes you have some very significant input to national conversations, and when we read these things, the leaders, the people, the detail bearers, they're listening, and sometimes your ideas can be used. That's what we say. Don't agitate, don't protest, don't break nothing, but talk. I am the biggest champion of talking in this town. I would tell people nobody should stop anybody from talking. Talk, speak your mind. You take our food from us, you take our job, everything. Then you won't take our voice? No, we will talk. That's what we'll do, we'll talk. So this is Ambassador Walton Buchu Morgan Jr. I'm following from Johnsonville, from a Johnsonville resident, Vice Chairman for Welfare CDC Regular Intellectual Militant. He says, Moalu F. Fofana, good morning. I'm following from 20th Street as usual. Venetia Junior Bar, I'm following from District 16. Koboi Wida, good morning. Abu Sharif, I'm following from Kakata, Margibi County. Thanks. Ability Energy CMC Roots, good morning, folks. I think he or she meant. I am watching you from Ganta City, Nimba County, Nimba Youth Congress. This is Charles Weir. Good morning, Freedom FM family. My name is Charles Weir, following from Jacob Town. Mohammed B. Fode. Good morning, Freedom family. I'm following you guys from Grand Cape Mount County, Gola Corner District, Kinjor. Thank you. Ojuku Blamo. Ojuku says, good morning to the Freedom family. Good morning to the Freedom family, following from Government Camp District 2, Sino County. Thanks a lot. Dauda Vame Sharif says, hi, Freedom family. I'm watching from Pennsylvania. Thanks a lot. Robert Moses, good morning. Abu Sharif, I'm watching from Mount Barkley right now. Thanks. Edgar Wule, my brother. I am watching you live from my residence this morning, Abu, after a long distance from Government Camp Bokonjide, Sino County. Thank you, Edgar. Gadi Opi, good morning, Freedom family. I'm watching from my comfort zone in Gatineausville. I'm told that the price of a gallon of gas is pushing up towards $2,000, right? Not exact, but it's over 1,600, 1,500, and the prospect to in some corners 1,800 in the southeast, in Sanu, to be specific. So our guys that are watching, you can confirm this, right? But that the cost of living is becoming very, very difficult for the people. And then $1 scratch card is $250 in Greenville. Somebody informed me. This is James Kamara, and of course, let's see, Masali S. Abraham, Vosu Gime watching, Peter W. Bleedy, Clarence Ogbechi Due. Okay, and this is Masai comes back again, and of course, and again. This is Jerry Singh B. Tokpa, Estelle M. Giples, Obi Pape. This is Naomi Fort, Amara Jala Kamara, Siliki Traore, Deborah Kade Wia, right? And this is Alicia Boyce, Sapla, Emmanuel Broa, my friend, Yasa Sharif, Peters Emmanuel, sorry, Louis Lugon, and this is Jeremy. Once more, Samuel Light Kobar, Henry Yango. Damn it, Henry is a fighter, my man. Henry, you know what Henry energy, my man. Energy. And there are people really standing up for their country, not giving up. And let's do it, folks. Let's do it together. Yeah, no matter what, let's do it. Our children, when we fight for this country tomorrow, we look in the faces of our children and take pride in fighting to preserve an environment that guarantees a beautiful future and environment and society for them. That's the bigger victory that we should all be yearning for. Somebody say, oh, but what thing I will get from inside? Oh, therefore other people in Germany know. We gotta look at your children when we all put, you see what some are all doing the rapes and things. Our children only for our children can be suffering. Mary Tule. This is Abraham N. Anderson, Joe D. Sosa, Tony Thomas, Matthew Bear, and this is Babu S. Kamara. Okay, all of you joining in this morning, contributing on the platform. We're grateful. Keep sharing and, of course, dropping your comments and reactions. The people of Grand Jida County, Putu Mountain, right? Okay. At this very critical moment, it is a Liberian conversation, though, right? But it is important for the communities, the affected communities, to stand up and demand the right things. This Unity Party organization, I always like to call them, right, has mortgaged our resources and depleted our soil and our natural resources for ages with no material benefit or transformation in our lives or the community or environment from which these things have been going on. The over 60 plus concessions that were signed in this country affecting communities, go in these communities and environment and see what happens. This time around, as the government is cluelessly, right, pursuing desperate means to sell out the Putu Mountain, it is important that Grand Jida people stand up and say, no, these people, Unity Party, this organization, this rocket establishment of selfish, self-seeking bigots organized under the umbrella of elitism, right? Believing that they can sell anything to enrich themselves and guarantee a future in life for only them and their families. This is the time we say no. Just right in Senegal. See what other nations around us are profiting out of. Nationalizing critical infrastructure and, of course, resource potential. When will Liberia start to think? When our leaders, the CDC came here and had to make do with the terrible concession that these people have already committed the country to. And today, you're trying to enter, instead of reclaiming the Putu Mountain and making a national decision on it, right? You're desperately going out there, setting up cliques of selfish, greedy, small-minded individuals looking for other people to come against. Say, my man, y'all can't buy it. Y'all go buy it. They think y'all go get other people small money. Y'all go take over it. And the Unity Party people, that's what they want to do to Putu Mountain. But the whole Putu Mountain thing is a whole conversation. But next week, we'll get on it to open our people eyes. We did it in the Asilometer thing. And a lot of you can bear witness. We did it in the Asilometer thing. We provided you several analysis about the impact and the damages and the missed opportunity as a result. But the government, being the government, they proceeded with it. But in we year, in a 25 year again, then in the 25 year, they put big horrible opportunity for the people to put it up to another 25, so that 50 years, me actually I'm counting 50 years for that whole accelerometer thing. This is where we are. But I'm gonna hold it there. I'm just warning my people in Grangeda County, Zulu Whiskey, the land of the rising sun, to stand up for the children, stand up for Mama Liberia. No other natural resources again. And listen to Tomo Fala say, if it will cost anything, even if it will cost them to get a Wologisi man, you think because you kissy man, so you can just make decision Wologisi. It will not work. We dare y'all. We double dare y'all. You're finished selling all our natural resources. Look at Bombay. Look at Cape Mount. Look at what I'm hearing from this oil palm company in Bombay and Cape Mount. You know what are people going through there right now? Who entered those concessions? Unity Party. You're not giving nothing oil again. We know your intention already. So we double dare you, we challenge you, you go bring anything, we look at it and correct. Our people will resist it as a country. It will not happen. Will not. That time our not open. That time young people like in kind of the free year. You had young people around that you could just be giving something to the used to it. I see my man Jacob Jalan can stick to one party now. Because that you know, young movement there when these people were just mortgaging all our natural resources here. Like Jacob Jalan are passing around. Imagine when you pay the school fee in UL, how much UL school fee? Then they'll start praising in the regime. So young men in that are king all the kind of way, and you know, just pay 5,000 in UL for them. They sell their breath right, they sell the country, they're willing to start defending a rogue government, unit part defending all the terrible things in the country. I call Wilfred Bangura. I call the other man the centrist. So you gotta look at where they're coming from. When you see people attitude today, look at where they're coming from. So they've lived a life of compromise. And, you know, small minded thing, but not people like us. Now you can't try it. Imagine we get nothing, we put in for BBT. And you understand? So that's what we're saying. Wologisi not going nowhere. These people in power are not they're not good negotiators. Putu Manti not going nowhere, not under the arrangement that y'all want to do. Oh yeah, we commend the president for himself. This is Jeremiah Kun. That Jeremiah Kun, the president gave Jeremiah Kun, say, oh, go, Sonny Putu Mountain thing. The man wanted to give Putu Mountain up. But we'll wait for next week. Kumpa, we own it. Kun must be investigated. First of all, for putting our country in harm's way, for putting our citizens, innocent citizens, in harm's way. You think we're focusing on our life, on how to improve our life. You think we'll get issue to come, or you can't be being chastised and harassed by Guinea. Whatever money you're getting from Guinea, you're sharing it with our people. Next week when we start talking, we'll start calling some names. Some people that used to go Guinea and collect money from the Guinean junta will call their names so that people will know them and will challenge them. They can't do anything. Oh yeah. We'll fix this country. We'll fix this country. Seriously. But let's talk sport. Let's go to our man Thomas Kojo-Rola briefly to tell us what is it? LFA election. It has been a long haul, and of course, what the future of Liberian football gonna look like, gonna be like, who's gonna be in charge, right? Mr. Kaseko has insisted he has got the passion. He believes he has what it takes to transform and improve Liberian football. He has been doing it with Facel FC. We've seen the dynamics, the new dynamic he has introduced. Can Facel be the man as a process to satisfy and whatever is ongoing? Baba Thomas, good morning. Welcome. You're live on the show.
Good morning, Abu, and good morning to those following the Freedom Money Rise this morning from across Liberia and across the globe.
Thomas, basically, we like to know where are we in regard to preparations and lead up to the LFA Congress, scheduled Congress. Where are we? The vetting process, the qualification, the integrity check. Exactly. Bring us up to speed. Where are we?
Well, today is the end of the day for the Independent Elections Committee to come up with the list of qualified candidates.
Okay.
There are 20 individuals, 29 aspirants who expressed interest to participate in the May 15 election, the delayed election schedule for May 15.
Mm-hmm.
And the committee has been doing their fast-finding, checking the documents of people, make sure people register with the exact money they have to register with to contest the election, and to do the integrity check. And the process actually over. There was a hearing process a few days ago where they were inviting candidates, they are inviting aspirants
Mm-hmm.
to clarify some issues on their document.
Aspirants across all the levels, or only for the presidential candidates?
Across all levels,
Okay.
for all levels. Those they have issue with their documents, they were being called upon to go at the Liberia Football Association headquarters in the Swakamo community in the township of Congo Town to clarify part of their documents that the election committee had issue with, and then they got done with it. Today is the 30th day of the month of April.
Mm-hmm.
The Independent Elections Committee will come out today between 12 noon to this afternoon or the late evening hour. They will come out with the final ruling, or not the final ruling, but the final list of candidates, aspiring now qualified to be candidates to participate in the election.
Okay.
Mind you, there are 29 individuals who
So
expressed
the
interest.
shortlisted candidate for the elections will be, posted today.
Yes. From the 29, we'll have 3 persons running for the presidency. We'll
Okay.
have 2 Senator Momo Saros.
Who are the 3 people for the presidency?
We'll have incumbent President Mustafa Ishalo Raji. We'll have Anthony Kuo. We'll have former Liberian international Mr. Sekou Keita. He once contested for the vice presidency in the 2018 election.
Okay. So Sekou Keita still remains in the process. I thought there were issues around his nomination, and of course, the fact that he has been nominated by Beach Soccer.
And then that he remains in the process until the committee can come up with their final list, today to know who all got disqualified and who all got clear to contest the May 15 elections.
Okay.
And I was just drawing you through with the host of few dignitaries who are there. We have 2 senators, one from Maserado, Sir Joseph, and then we have Lofa County Senator Momo Saros.
What are they contesting for?
Executive committee member position.
Okay.
We have the managing director of LPRC, Amos Tue is there. He contesting. We have the wife.
What are the anybody need to call? You got to call what they're contesting for. But I wanted you to do it in. You already talked about the presidential candidate, so you talk about the vice presidential, and then you come down.
Yeah. So for the no. What is in the law now? The Congress of the LFA has given the presidency so much power that vice presidents are not elected anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are appointed by the president. So those contesting for EC position, when you win, then the president can pick his vice president for administration, vice president for operation, and vice president for women's football.
From among the EC members.
Yeah, from among those running for EC that will get elected, the president will have the power to appoint a vice president.
Wow.
So much power has gone to the presidency now. So Amos Tue is contesting for the EC position. He's from LPRC. We have the separated wife of Grand Bassa County Senator Besson Afini. His wife Kayatu Finis is also in the race. She contesting, and then we have current executive committee members. Then we have football stakeholders. Then we have former executive committee members in person of the list of Managrosha Wuzin is also contesting the executive committee member position of the Football Association for the election scheduled for 15 May.
Tell us how powerful is the EC when it comes to the LFA running of football in the country, the executive committee positions.
It's like the House of Representatives.
Okay.
They are the one, they are the one that help the president. They are the lawmaking body of the Football Association. They are the one that help the president to achieve his agenda, and it shows that football move forward. If football will not develop in Liberia,
so how do they get paid?
Well, they don't pay them monthly. What happens? They pay them per sitting.
Okay.
They pay them per. So every sitting they go down.
So they are actually like board of directors.
Yeah, somebody will want to put it like that. They are not paid per month. They pay per sitting. I think it used to be 400 USD. I think it should be stay around at 400 USD, or it has increased a bit.
How many times do they sit in a year? Or it varies?
12 times in a year.
So once every month?
Yes, once every month. 12 times in a year.
So let's say you take it at 400.
I will verify this, but I know it is 12 times in a year.
So I just want to know what are that the money attracting all the BB name Amos 2 and then already taking LPRC money, then they're going to contest, and whether that money attracting them, or there are some other enormous power that it comes with and influence and all that. What do you think? Do they have a say in the team, the national team? The selection of coaches and other technical decisions, do they have a say as EC members?
Well, as EC members, they approve a lot of things. They get on committees. At the LFA, you get a health committee, you get a security committee, the media committee, you get the marketing committee, a lot of committees there. And then it's not so much about the money, because 400 USD for the sitting is not your pay. You do not have pay, but it's about the international connection you get out there. You get appointed on CAF positions, WAFU positions, and then it boosts your morale in the sub-region, it boosts your morale in the country. It's not so much about the money. If that for the money, Amos can be chasing 400 per month. Sorry to say. And Senator Momo can be chasing 400 per month. It's about the international connection you get out there. You make yourself, and who knows what making yourself, you can become the president of the FA tomorrow. And because the president of the FA is the person that receives so much benefits. He takes pay from CAF, he takes pay from FIFA. The president of the LFA, at the end of the year, he takes him over 130,000 USD from both FIFA and CAF, just by being the president of the LFA.
And he or she takes pay from the government, from Liberia?
No.
Okay.
No, the government does not pay. Government do not interfere into football.
No. If I say, I mean the LFA now. The LFA does the president take pay from the LFA?
Nobody from the LFA is on the government payroll.
No, you're not getting the point. You're not getting the point. I mean the LFA as an organization, the head of the LFA as president, do they take pay too?
Yes, they are entitled to pay.
Entitled to pay. Which is different from what CAF and FIFA pays them.
Yeah, they are entitled to pay.
So it is a lucrative position, right? It comes to a lot of benefit, a lot of money.
Yeah, it comes to a lot of benefit, a lot of money, a lot of traveling opportunity, a lot of things.
Okay, I'm trying to understand why Raji just doesn't want to leave. He feels like there's no other opportunity in Liberia besides being LFA president. He wants to hang on. Probably it comes with other things that he isn't willing to let go.
One may say African leaders, Africans, when we are away from power, we will sing the best of songs, but when we get into power, we start to taste the enjoyment of power. Then we do not want to let go of power. Even when the electors that put out there are tired with us, we still want to stick on with power, and then we do not want to let it go.
Okay.
Now looking at football.
Quickly, let me paint some hypothetical scenarios. Assuming for some whatever reason that Sekou Keita and Raji comes out qualify, what do you think that election will look like?
They walk in the park for equipment Raji. They walk in the park. That will be a walk in the park. Sekou Keita is a football stakeholder, but he has not been engaging from what I have gathered, what I have observed over the time, being a long-time sports
How did the flip happen? Because we hear Sekou was opting for EC position, and then all of a sudden he wants to be president. What do you think happened behind the scene?
Well, I can tell, but it is his right to contest for the presidency as long he meets the criteria. It is his right. If you feel he meets the criteria, it is his right to go and apply.
But somebody say he's splintered. Do you think so?
Well, the last time I spoke with somebody close around, they said we just want to test the water or muddy the water in a layman honestly, not go and muddy the water.
For who now?
I do not
Muddy the water for who? For Raji or for?
For the two top from runners.
Okay, so if Raji and Kuo comes out as the two qualifier, what do you think that election will look like?
It will be the toughest football election.
Really?
From what I'm listening to from football stakeholders, from the public, even though the public is not involved into voting, it is the around 48 to 50 stakeholders who are going to make the decision on behalf of the entire 6 million people in Nigeria for football. It will be a tough. Who won the election a few years back when he was vice president for operation? He knows how to win election. He got a challenge on. And Mr. President has been around for 10 years. So he has been building his name to his integrity. People look at what he has got, tangible, other things. So it would be a tough election if the
but people argue that the only challenge Kuo faces is just this validation process. Once he gets validated as a walk in the park for him, he's going to beat Raji face down.
No, boss. In every election, you don't honor or you don't underestimate the incumbent. Even when unopposed 2 times, the stakeholders had the power to put somebody against him in 2022. They didn't do that. They supported him fully.
Okay, Kojo. Thank you.
It's going to be just remember that the stakeholders the last time endorsed the president at the Kalibai restaurant in the compound of the SK Sports Complex. So it means that he's still getting back.
I mean, a restaurant endorsement on never. Restaurant endorsement. See, plenty can interfere with restaurant endorsement. But thank you, Kojo.
Okay.
Okay. So let's hold it right there. So those of you football followers, football lovers, and of course everybody, as a matter of fact, everybody, because this is about the Lone Star, this is about football in our country, so this matters to everybody, and that's exactly what it is. So today we could know who are the candidates that our stakeholders will have to choose from to lead football for the next term in our country. We'll watch and see, but let's wait. For me, when they finish, then I will select my own candidate in the process now. Then at the time. But right now, to say who you supporting, let it finish. When it finish, we'll have to take our side. We'll take our side, and of course, just like we did in the PUA election, we will take our side, and our side will win. Our side will win because there are a lot of people that listen to us. It's not only you on the keke, the taxi, in the market, and other places. There are a lot of people that listen to us and believe in our wisdom and believe in our national decisions that we make. Because most times when we make decisions, people evaluating the choices and the preferences we prefer do not see personal interest in the decisions and the guardians we provide, right? They do not see that, but rather they see a collective desire for the good of everybody. That's exactly what it is. So, folks, on yesterday, Mr. Alex Cummings appeared on the local radio, and of course, he spoke. I think since the election, I may be wrong, but this is the first appearance that Mr. Cummings has made to a larger extent that have garnered some degree of public interest. And my ANC friends will know that for me, I do not mince my words on the facts. Most times, Mr. Cummings he has even had community engagement, but he has not come to the attention of a lot of people. So, like I've always said and insisted, even in private, that Cummings have got to do more if he means what he actually means. Because you can't want to be the president of the country, and then when you're speaking, then the coconut man goes on selling his coconut and doesn't prick anybody. I mean, everything just goes on normal and stuff. It doesn't, your comments do not even cause a pause for a moment in the country. Then it means for the most part, you're not really a serious and contender. But for yesterday, probably because of some of the subjects he touched on and all of that. So particularly, Mr. Cummings said that he wants to be president. And when he becomes president, he is promising. Remember the Bwaga Uno promises. So Mr. Cummings have started promising already. He said, I'm not going to waste time anymore. I'm going to let a cat out of the bag. Let me tell you all what I'm going to do. Remember, Bwaga also started promising from the get-go of things that he will run a small government. But when he became president, he has enlarged the government more than history have witnessed. This is it. So Liberia and the political environment is not short of political promises, but it's important to hold the man by what he says. So Cummings said, when and if he becomes president, right? If he's ever elected president, I don't know when, but if he's ever elected by any means, he's ever elected president of the country, he will not take pay. How does that sound to you? An exciting news? A relieving assurance? How would you interpret that? Right? And I've not seen the kind of mention of it among the ordinary people. Do they see it as a relieving commitment from a man wanting to be president? So what the point I'm trying to make is that the salary of the president, is it actually a burden on the country? The salary of the president, just highlight that. The salary of the president, we do not know exactly what it is, or we're just saying whatever it will be, right? Is it a burden, and how much is it? The salary of the president. If anybody has an idea, please, you can text me. So that is what Cummings is saying. So could it be that the salary that a president is taking every month is so much a burden on the economy or on the budget to the point where we can't adequately fund education, we can't adequately fund healthcare, we can't adequately fund electricity, we can't adequately fund water supply and all of that, or we can't address sanitation, right? Is the president's salary a major relief in those areas? Those are the concerns of the Liberian people. So you ought to make proposals, right, that for the most part takes away and creates a degree of relief in those areas. Not just to say, oh, I will not take pay. How much is your pay? What is the significance of your pay? It's like, are we as a country, are we actually looking for a president that will not take pay? Is that our core? That's what we have to look at. So look, we said we're not going to sit down here and people just can't be talking and be fooling our people and saying, no, it ain't going to happen. Whether it's Cummings or whoever. So is that what, actually, when you go down Waterside, you ask them, what do you want from your government? Do they say, we want a president that don't take pay? Has that been the concern of the Liberian people? What is Mr. Cummings' priority? How does Mr. Cummings see leadership? How does Mr. Cummings find his solution to the problems, and it's Mr. Kumi's reality, and side by side with the Liberian reality, the ordinary Liberian reality. They both say they want job, they want relief, they want this, they want that. Then you say, I will not take pay. How much are your pay? Is that what the Liberian people? Why are people coming? The same way Baga say, we'll do small government, we'll do this, we'll cut people's salary, we'll do this, and we'll roll. In fact, Baga did not even say you cut people's salary. He said he will roll back to pre-harmonization. They will take fat salaries. Baga was a terrible candidate. He was a very disastrous candidate for president. But however the case, he made his way through and he became president. But now this is Kumi's. Kumi wants to be president too. So he thinks maybe the new thing is to start talking about own opinion too now. Baga is to talk BBT, so I mean say. But can these kind of promises rather hold water? We're gonna open the phone lines for ordinary people to react. That thing old come and say, you're not take pay, you do your pay. Who got time for your pay? We tell you say we want free thing, we're looking for a pro bono president. How does having a pro bono president helps the people? It is not about that, right? Speak to the people about the benefit of the presidency. The benefit of the presidency. That's what you will be talking about. The president pay. So they crafted way of trying to, put your attention to the small things. Or the bigger ones happen, Regime president, you have to have a lancet pay, your president get paid. That's the thing like Rumpo 1 year. You gotta stop that, man. But anyway, this is coming on a new re-energized and reinvigorated model of trying to learn a degree of attention to himself for the presidency as an alternative. I don't know why, but for some reason, every time Mr. Kumi speaks, it's like he's going far away from the people more than he should be coming closer to the people. Say, I will not take pay. What the internet giving me? I won't play the man voice, so you say, oh, yeah, I will not take pay. Now, I will not take pay president we're looking for. Why is it we'll be talking serious thing? We talking about how we come and move the thing. You in a country, all the terrible things that are happening. Yake Koluba, a former member of the ANC, gets illegally. You don't have to be okay and satisfied with the man, but say something as a national leader. Nothing. Even accusing you of being a regime collaborator. In that, you will remain silent. You will remain choicy on what to say, what to talk about. You are normal, and you just go about quietly. Your small community engagement. You go sit down to the people tire shop, acting like I mean, That's my man. So that's my man from F5 because I got some very good friends in the ANC. But every day I say to my friends, Mr. Kumi doesn't seem ready. It's as though the man is not even understanding how to be president. I know a lot of you ANC people, a lot of you be thinking, oh, United Party, or yeah, we understand it, we bring them back and look at what they're doing, and CDC too. But have you taken your time to understand the CDC? Okay, what you do when you're evaluating the CDC, right? Just take away the lies against the CDC and evaluate them on the actualities. Forget about your regular gossip that even the people who said it themselves, they're in power now, that they cannot establish and authenticate one. Then you make a fair assessment of the CDC in power. So, but for the sake of the argument, you'll be like that, and you'll be like, so I think me, let you give it to me. You think that how we can get presidency? Yes, let you give it to Mr. Kumi. So I don't know presidency that what you know. We are just they think I won't know. Giving presidency all of that. They may say, I'm not even sounding like he know how to want to be president in the country. See what thing happening in the country. Man say, oh, you're maybe president, I will not take pay. Well, you don't have to be president to refuse your pay. Now go tell all of you and refuse your pay. Let me representative, you go refuse your pay. How much is your pay? Are those the issue? Oh, those are the only reform you get a promise? Mr. Cummings, ANC people. So I listened to the thing yesterday. It was so funny to me, and I'm like, okay, let's say Mr. Cummings is making a point. Let's say he's making a point. Okay, let's evaluate the point he's making. Let's assume the pay of the president is annually 500,000 or even 1 million. Hypothetically, like I said, I do not have the facts on what the actual numbers or figures are, right? But I'm just assuming. That's a 500,000. So at the close of a 6 years term, he will have forfeited 3 million to the country. 3 million to the country. And then that 3 million there, how many roads it can build? How many hospitals it can run? Let's take the government hospital in Maryland, because Kumi say you're from Maryland. So drop in the ocean for 6 years to get to Maryland. Say, oh, Kumi say sacrifice it. They say your salary will give it to you. The presidential benefits. Go in the budget, you see the kind of loose money that go to the president. What are you going to do about that? We start to have those kind of detailed conversation targeting the leakages in our national budget that goes on our coded lines towards the presidency. Then you're making them stop. Because that's not the first time we've heard from President Weah slash his salary significantly. And we saw that directed into community projects, people-centered initiatives. No, but we got to think bigger than that now, going forward. Real fiscal reform. That when you present it, we see the money moving from the elite to the people. That's what we are talking about. Private jet. How are you going to travel? Are you going to continue traveling like Mr. Boakai, who will post or announce a travel size and delegation of 12 people, and then in reality, he travels with over 30 persons? Some of them have got no business on the trip. Every time Mr. Boakai is traveling out of the country, the man will put a list of 10, 12. But in actuality, he travels with over 30 people. Every trip. Imagine all the useless trips that they've had since he became president in 2 years. Some cases 40, some cases 50. But these violations and wanton abuses of the public purse have become so normal, and we feel like every day talking about it is a cliche. It's something that it has become culture now. So it's culture for Mr. Boakai to collect all kinds of unnecessary people, put them on a plane, and then they go out of the country, they spend millions, and they come back and bring home nothing. So it's part of the culture now. So we are not going to keep talking about it. Oh, the other trivia again, that 30 people, we have said it several times. So you already know. Everybody in the country knows now that when Mr. Boakai is traveling out of the country, he takes an oversized delegation with no actual purpose, nothing, whatever. They just go there, they waste money, they lurch in luxurious hotel and what have you. You have a whole final ministerial team out of the country. They say they went for a spring meeting, right? A whole plethora of people, and they're taking hundreds. And then Mr. Boakai went with a delegation. So you can imagine in the space of 1-2 months, how much have been taken from our country just for these prime travels. Mr. Cummings, what are you going to do about that? Those are the issues. Hey, Mr. Cummings can't talk. Cummings say, you made me president. You made me president. I will come and pay. Oh, I call your pay, Bene. Who talking about? What that means, Akumi, man? Issue, okay. Okay. Let me see. Like I say, my witness across the river, so me I let her bring my thing Claire. So we all will know. When I become president, I'll cut my pay. Then everybody will replying with it. So one know, Labrance, what do you make of that? Takumi say, your main president, say the only thing you want to do is to call your pay. When you call your pay now, then that will solve the country problem. Do you agree? He said, I will not take my salary as president. ANC Alexander Kumi vows ahead of 2029 election. What is this? Could you consider Kumi because he said he will not take his salary? Can Mr. Kumi solve the electricity problem in the country? Can Mr. Kumi solve the job issue in the country? Can Mr. Kumi's salary help and fix the damages in education and healthcare? Can Mr. Kumi's salary address the road constraints? Can Mr. Kumi's salary address the sanitation nightmare in the country? What kind of promise is this? So we'll be evaluating the promises one by one as we go along. So let's take let Liberian people react to the other man I want to be president in the country, Alexander Benedict Cummings of the ANC 0776 104 104 086 500 104 are the numbers to call. Opposition Alexander Cummings vow to work free as president, but still he says nothing about all the fat benefits that the presidency receives and the different things to get. So is this the kind of promise Liberian people actually want, or they want a president beyond just salary conversation? Good morning.
Good morning, Abu. And let me say good morning to the many listeners following your broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
My name is De Sosa and I'm Joe De Sosa from the community. Abu, thank you for your talking point this morning. While it is true we are calling for opposition unity, it is also important to note that the Liberian people do not in any way need to be deceived anymore. Look, we do not need a president that will say he will the salary. We need a president that will come to vigorously examine the affairs of the country and bring total change for the benefit of the Liberian people. We are already suffering on Mr. Bouaka madness in this country. You have
the last president that promised about salary issue was Mr. Bouaka. He started dismissing people taking them on the job, and Kumi bringing salary back.
Obviously, instead of implementing what he says that would increase the people's salary, he took people from out of job. Then you have this vice president saying that the commerce or the business is bad for the Liberian people. Then he's still speaking of giving.
Okay, thank you very much. And Mr. Cummings didn't even talk about the business people and what he would do for business people, but you only say his salary and not take salary. Could that be the solution for Liberia? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Morning.
This is Mandela calling from the old.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Abu, you see, that's why these things to show that who the people are coming to power. But along the people there used to back and say that economists, Cummings is the economist. He's the only person that will solve this nation problem.
Yeah, that was look at
to know that this man, he has no vision for this country. The lot of situations that went through busting of poor houses. How many Cummings ever came and spoke on those situations?
Never.
Cummings continue to start with Bouaka and people. The time they had a primary there, who he called to be guest speaker, that Mr. Luso Tape. You see it? So the man has nothing to say. He doesn't want to say anything to help Waka people because this man, these people, they are bourgeoisie. And then why he has no vision that men wouldn't want to come. What if I will not pay? You have the whole financial covers of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Then you say, I'll not get paid. What I want them to do with the situation of the people.
You tell me what you do about the people horses, what they point you. The people market them, what they talking on it. You say, I will not take pay.
When you even talking on it, I'm nature coming and call press conference to talk about a situation like Gwen went through. Nothing. For all you know, what you want to get, you get it when now just have a sense of the first thing. You get a whole country money in your hand. Then you say, I will not get paid. What I want get to do, very important thing. So people they are bourgeoisie that want to come to power to eat their own. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Come here there. You gotta go back on the radio again, go talk different thing because the other one on who what up. Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead. My man, what play yes, so Sonny sound in your background. Yeah, Sakoles, go ahead, Mr. Kumi, you talk nothing about your insurance money, what they put it, nothing. You only say you're main president, you don't take pay.
I'm not ready. But you ready the next time we go on the media, you know to the people. They say lie, but I lie to us. They say lie, they practice it. They fuck a lie, one election matter or I'll win election. You're not ready for life. Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, brother.
Morning, go ahead.
Brother Abu, sorry for the recognition in Manoya. They see every time they will food like one. And the same coming in the dance in the boy pound. And they coming back, they won't win the salary. Well, get it for the time. But the impact the salary gets on the life, on the living water that one.
The thing, what Labyrinth are saying with all the difficult things and terrible things happening to the poor people that you want to go vote for you getting anything directly affecting them, but you only talk about you just can't vote for me, even though they're breaking your horse, all kind of thing, but you just can't vote for me. I will not take salary.
But the men, in fact, the men know the facility that you will get. They put them to get where they know where to get every time. You try the salary, that's salary, that's nothing. You made a job, but you're not trying to do it. Women know the benefit of one of the presidency. Out of that salary.
So you think Labyrinth will fall for that thing?
That big here. Our go forward last. You know, all right, then go back.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you very much. Abu, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call from Town Coast Bone Hill, one town community, and a concerned Liberian for justice. Abu, it is laughable. It is laughable to see Kumi marketing. Is to me, Kumi just marketed his incompetence for the Liberian presidency. Kumi, what did I say? Yes, Kumi, we were told. And maybe them and what property who told us that you spend 180,000 to get or such on the past government on the past government official. You got this your government into power. Your government is desperately performing instead of criticizing the government. You're talking about waiving your salary. I thought you guys were the one questioning President we are here. When President we are talking about waiving a 25% salary, and you guys said those things were on no extent. Why are you coming back again to lie to us again? Look, Liberians, we are wise. The lies will not hold water this time around. In my mind, the interview just exposed your gross incompetence to the Liberian presidency. You need to go and become representative and learn more. But you are the one who told us a free interview with Damatik and your Mamadi Diakete, that you have certain lifestyle that you struggle with, and going forward, you will look for political interpretation. We tired hearing this political interpretation for you. Henceforth, like people will get you, and you are not a presidential material. Thank you very much, Abu, for always giving us the opportunity to make our brother on national issue. Thank you, Abu.
Okay, thank you very much. And it looks so certain that Alex Cummings still has a heavy job to do, but his conspicuous silence on the real issues confronting the Liberian people is so alarming, and people are beginning to even think Cummings and more besides, the man is so quiet and doesn't take a position side by side with the political opposition, and people believe the man is a regime collaborator. This is the allegation on the ANC and their political leader. It's up to them. I don't know how they're going to fix that, but we got to lead a committee, man, because I don't even know, right? So this one is coming from Mrs. Sirleaf. Mrs. Sirleaf is saying, I think journalists have asked her, she's making an appearance, and they asked her, say, from President Sirleaf, what is the current status of your relationship with the president, Joe Boakai? We told you Joe Boakai is an angry winner. The man who wins an election becomes president of the country and calls speech to everybody and start fighting everybody. Can you imagine? That's what Ellen says. Joe and I don't speak often. I mean, doesn't even talk to the woman, you know. I see that. She got to be diplomatic about it. If he wants more to be done, listen to this. Ellen said, if Joe wants more to be done, he will reach out to me. I am doing my work and he is doing his. But his that he's doing, if he wants more to be done, you reach out. This is Dawo. Of course, folks. Let's see, like we told you on yesterday, we started with this statement from the SG of the party, right? Jefferson Tambakoji on yesterday. And on yesterday, we started, but we didn't conclude. So we want to see what we can do with that here, because the issue of police brutality is a serious thing and people must be held accountable. Particularly Gregory Como must be held accountable. Of course, we must push to ensure that. Now, so this is where I stop, and this is where I'm going to pick up the read from. Such action also points to a deeply entrenched culture of corruption and corruption that extends beyond isolated incidents and reflects broader systemic decay. Ultimately, this is not just about individual misconduct. His complaints about the police and the police activities and actions are not just about misconduct. It is about the credibility of an institution entrusted with protecting the public. Addressing these issues requires more than public denial. It demands independent investigation, enforcement of disciplinary measures, institutional reforms, and a renewed commitment to restoring public trust, that which Gregory Como is not willing to pay attention to, but rather is being defensive. Denying, I don't do well, catch a TV, that means to you. They wear the man put in the party, wear in here, but as soon as the book the man say, no, that's not me. So instead of saying they're not you, first of all, what you start to do is start to apologize. You start to plead for mercy, right? In that instant. Because you can't tell the people, you can't convince the people that not you anymore. They seen the oil on your hand. So the same with the police. Koji is saying, this issue we are raising is not an issue where you just walk out and deny. No. But rather it should trigger and a leadership instinct that pushes for what? Okay, let's investigate to know what the man is saying. And when we establish, then we make reforms, adjustments, and changes to meet up with the expectations of the law and the expectation of those putting money into the police or the organization for its intended constitutional purpose. Disciplinary measure, institutional reforms, and a renewed commitment to restoring public trust. That's what you should be doing. But rather, the TikTok IG isn't doing that. He just denied that. Not me, oh, that not me, oh, that not you. Oh. Until these steps are taken, the gap between the police and the people they serve will only continue to widen. In short, the police must acknowledge this. They owe it to the Liberian people to whom they lie to protect. Now, amid these developments, there are growing concerns that Gregory Coleman, Koji says, has played a role in weakening the operational independence of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency for undermining former LDA Director Abraham S. Coleman. You listen to that? We were Koji sit as a major opposition figure and a man who are not aware of Koji and AB relationship and what AB did in the campaign and all that. But this man is acknowledging that the plot to remove AB Coleman from the LDA was a concocted and, design orchestrated by Gregory Coleman in his desire, in his unwholesome desire, right? In his unwholesome desire to weakening the operational independence. Because when you have a man like AB with his security experience and exposure, you cannot nose pull and dilly-dally the operation of the LDA to a larger extent. So he worked his magic and trick to remove the man, according to Jefferson Koji. And he did not stop there and further masterminded the appointment of his surrogate, who was former Deputy Commissioner of Police Fajera T.M. Biago. Koji says Biago is a surrogate of Gregory Coleman, and Coleman recommends Biago to weaken the operational management of the LDA and the operational independence and subject the operational activities of the LDA to his approval, a whims and caprice. The larger extent, so he has a say, but with AB, no. So they play the magic, get rid of AB. Now you see why LDA looks the way it is. Instead of fighting drugs, right? They are stealing people money now. And you understand? They're taking people money. When they say 200,000, they both say, oh, LDA take 100,000 from there. They only declare 150,000. You remember the other man with the Fuller man recently, right? Up to now, no investigation into it. Nothing, they cover it. Anytime this kind of thing come out, they cover it. So who then get the money? So these kinds of things needs to be investigated, and the police RG needs to be investigated. You can't be passing around here like somebody who is, beyond reproach and all of that. No, these are grave allegations. It must be subject to investigation. That's what is being alleged of, thereby leveraging the opportunity to run the both institutions concomitantly, the police and the LDA. Such interference raises serious questions about the integrity of drug law enforcement in Liberia. More worsening is the unfolding controversy surrounding the missing or disputed US 150,000 seats at the Bow-Waterside border, as conflicting testimonies from within the LDA showing that investigative reports were altered. So the man saying that kind of thing happening. There at the same time again, there are actual evidence of a situation where, reports are being altered, money have been taken away, subtracted, and all these things. LDA is showing that it was all be fighting drugs. Right now, we're not hearing them talking about drugs anymore. They're running beyond tramadol, cartoon of tramadol. Every time LDA, that cartoon of tramadol, you see them talking about they pour grass in BB bag They pull it on it. They say that George the passing around. We can see a no here, no tea. But when AB are there, AB achieved one of the most historic and biggest, how you might call it, this Japan guy, Japan from right here, and he went to court and prosecuted the man and won. Today, Japan is in jail. Say every life, which one of the cases you can point to for the LDA like that? On a major drug law, nothing. LDA has been reduced to what? LDA has been reduced to Tramadol Enforcement Agency. Running behind Tramadol. No major drug law are being arrested or charged for anything. Bobo, they're all taking drugs in the country now. You saw that one? Oh, you don't see it, yeah? Bobo. Everybody lose hope in the country. Bobo go take drugs. Oh no, Boakai. Huh? Until there is a transparent, independent review of this case, question will remain. And in the absence of answers, public confidence in Liberia's fight against drug trafficking risks further erosion. When enforcement agencies are compromised in this way, it not only weakens accountability, but also creates space for illicit networks to operate with reduced scrutiny. These blatant acts are turning our country into a narcotic state. These are very serious allegations against Gregory Cuomo that needs to be taken seriously, and the public need to hype this, need to talk about this more. Responding to my U.S. sanction with clarity and resolve. Right? This one was a defense that tried putting on now. So, but let's talk about this part. The head of the LDA is being the head of the Liberia National Police is being accused and connected, and clearly to a coordinated syndicate that's undermining efficient law enforcement in the country and weakening the morale of joint security operation in critical areas. Right? Reputable law enforcement individuals that were appointed initially by the government to head critical institutions, right? Like the Liberia Immigration Service, Steve Zago. You may have all of your disagreement with Stephen Zago. Of course, he's a serious law enforcement man, former CRD boss, just as A.B. Kuma. These people know their trick. And Gregory knows that fully well. The man is removed. LDA, AB is removed. Windows of vulnerability open in the two areas. Border issues gas weakening, and then drug enforcement at the border gas relax, and then you start to see a heavy pull. Because individuals heading those areas now have a central command that comes from outside. Because people lobby one way or the other to have them there. Look at the immigration service today. Look at our borders. Teenagers passing all through. Look at the airport. Teenagers passing all through. The actual supervision is now happening. And Koji believes Gregory Cuomo has a hand in this. Shouldn't that be investigated? It should be. Gregory is not beyond reproach. There are too many disturbing issues happening in the country. They may give instruction and issues happening, no investigation, it gets covered. Kinjo killing, student brutality, disabled maltreatment, and all of that gets covered up, no investigation. Fellow Liberians. And Koji says, these are unacceptable human rights abuses and violations of the principles and doctrine by which fundings are being remitted to the Liberia National Police, and that the U.S. Embassy and the U.S. government should review. What do you think based on these? Look at the activities of the police in your community, law enforcement and security, what they've turned to. Are we at a critical point? Do you agree with Koji that we have to review these things? Speak. And let the partner know that this is not just a Jefferson Koji thing, but it is something that you agree with as citizens of the country. You're equally concerned about. Trouble over. And it has to be. If the government doesn't want to listen, let's press on our partners and tell them that, look, but this one is going on. They both say that children dying in King George, no justice, a cover up. You go to Asilometer, the people are protesting, fire gun on them. Rehab, the labor got killed. Tons of police violence. The other man in Congo town that was killed. This should be or must be a national call. But let's see, 0776. Let's take 5-6 calls on this. And then we'll go to the events of the weekend in the events in Jamaica. Jamaica Resort. 0776 104 104 086 500 104. The numbers to call. Do you agree with Jefferson Koji? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Calling from PNZ, you getting me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, calling from PNZ. Yeah, my name is Kafu Kishen.
Mm-hmm.
We have back to the president. Yeah, Gregory Kumon is a human rights bishop. Gregory Kumon can be trusted by the Liberian people. You see, this brother continue to violate him recently. You see. So I think the government needs to investigate this brother. Yeah.
Okay. I think the government needs to investigate the brother. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
And thank you very much. And good morning also to the hardworking family of the great Freedom FM family. And for the recognitions for the public and pocket and Robert. And it's only this morning for our unknown destinations. You know, today is my birthday, and actually, no politics. You are talking a very essential discussion. You are on a very essential discussion that worth making a point to be felt. But today, and again, God thank for the left that He always restoring me. But you see, what the AG said it very emphatically and categorically. Mr. Gregory was facing a serious punishment for his gross insubordination of what we call arrogancy and I call it respecting the rules of law and put on Latin citizen. You see, Gregory, Baka taking Gregory to the state and say he's going to receive a war. You know what we said? Mr. Baka only believes in tomato a war. He believes in the buy a war. This much when cooking tomato cooking in the food, they call it buy a war. Because no serious man will take, no serious man that they will go to the great United States of America and look
but the SG is saying the actions of Gregory is so terrible that the U.S. embassy should stop giving the police money because they're misusing it. They're using it to abuse human rights.
No, but definitely it will be taken into consideration. Don't want to wait. U.S. they say, God is very sure for slow how the U.S. work. It will be taken into consideration. That's why the statement from the FG and what me anytime soon, you see some level of action towards the political or reckless and faithless RG called Gregory Kumon. And you were facing a punishment very soon. That's what I see. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And happy birthday to you. Okay, good morning. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abu. This is the composition representing the consumer justice. I'm so sorry that I can't
I better want to take my input on that particular issue, but anyway, we move.
Go ahead.
What the else you say? Nothing of it short of the fight. They are all caring and pulling. But here is the thing about the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is a single source of undermining everything that has to do with law in Liberia. In Afghanistan, there is nothing there like a prime minister. But the way this guy carries himself, the way he is, as full of a prime minister in Liberia. This is the same Reverend Kumo that honor man or Ghana or central body in the Ministry of Transport. This is together with it. This is the single guy that did it. This is a single guy that is honor my abducted system. There is nothing there that when somebody from there of crown of red.
So you agree with the SG? Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
This is Mandela. From the Uru.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I want to say is that Coach is right. What you think? But you see, this police, when they say you are police, you only act on instruction. But you can see, very common now, is level. Policemen as a whole, not even a rank to be the inspector general, making national decisions. Yeah, all of these things. Now you see, Waka during this man is bought for him to be doing all of these things. Policemen not so sweet. You making decisions, sending release in a horse to the legislature.
Mm-hmm.
To suspend and
to remove for free speech. That's Mrs. Sally says saying this is unacceptable.
All those kind of things. That what police supposed to do as a whole.
Interfering in politics, sending police people to beat lawmaker up.
To beat lawmaker. All these things. Taking national decisions is not supposed to be like that. Local common has taken the law into their own hands, violating the law, all of these things, along with Joseph. The whole of the Joseph Walker and his government. They do not respect the law. People violate the law, but they want people to respect the law. They want to bring people to the stand so that they will respect the law, but they are not respecting the law. So, when you come on to this here, yes, Coty is right. But when you talk these people, they say, don't care attitude. So, that's it there. But he can't go to the border. They can't border. He can't go there. He can't face the people. But he want to bring it to that.
All right, Mandela. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Mabu.
Go ahead.
Yeah, bro. I want the member of the Barack Square. I'm very disenchanted. At times, we will be condemning some of the out of the RG, the police Inspector General.
Mm-hmm. So even you agree with what the CDC Secretary General is saying?
Yes, once upon a time, I am the former RG, which is Garo Gomo. I mean, not Garo Gomo, but I call him
Patrick Sudu.
Yeah, please correct me.
Patrick Sudu.
Yeah,
Patrick Sudu.
Patrick Sudu.
Mm-hmm.
On several occasions, several instances, I can just guilty. I found some of these protests where the private stars, the girl freedom, I can remember on the Jerusalem protest on a flat day with some of the RD of the United Party. But then today, we surpass a Garo Gomo, who don't have any citizen of this country, and then it's absolutely condemned. So now our surprise is now the president using Garo Gomo travel in all things. These are might not be that.
So that means the president is endorsing the mere brutalization of citizens. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. You see, in the face of all of this, and this is what the president is doing. He takes the man and fly with the man to places. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning. Go ahead.
You know, right now, Greg Cuomo, believing my mind, the president is supporting everything that he's doing. Yeah. The president is joining and supporting it. But there's some of everything. We saw Patrick Sudu, yes. Yeah. We saw Patrick Sudu operate there. So you're not bad, enjoy it there.
Okay. Thank you very much. We'll take 3 more calls. Good morning. I'm okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is James Father, chairman of the Veteran Assembly in the 16 Nikuta. You know, we are 100% agree with the Secretary General. You know, under the rule of law, under the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, the police director works in line with the Justice Ministry, and the Justice Minister and his entity work directly under the rule of law of the Constitution. But it looks like, as people always say, I'm a regime speaker, regime police director, regime justice minister, and all that thing is what's going on. Because people are not working under the rule of law. So, the SG, is saying that there are a lot of things happening and there's no result. That, for instance, a policeman who killed somebody in Brooklyn, what is the result? What is the investigation? Why is the police, officer at this present? Those that were killed in Kinjal, the police director downplayed. What is the result? What was the outcome? What was the result of the investigation in Kema? Those that were killed for alleged, assembly as their right goes. There's no result, no investigation. Everything that happened, elected killing. People died in Lofa. People were killed in Lofa. In different parts of Lofa, people were killed. The report came about by the journalists. Was the police carrying out investigation? Everything that happened against the citizen of this state, the police do not investigate. What is the result of the investigation? Who have been prosecuted? Who killed people and have been arrested? The police. No result, no investigation. The police downplay all these things. So it almost looks like, they are in line with this thing and they allow this thing to happen. So they do not care to carry out investigation. People are beyond bars. No investigation. People were killed falsely. And no investigation proved that whether they did it out or not, so they can be guilty or not guilty, so they can be set free. But now they are in jail, no investigation. What the police are doing? Is the police are supposed to help the justice ministry to work in law. What are things
All right. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
2 minutes to be shared.
Go ahead. You're the last caller.
Yeah. Greta Kumawa, and what SG said that is right. That is not sending their support. Because they're sending their support, get a business of the case of the.
Market women necessarily they will go there, they will be there with gun, board, all kind of thing.
They ran our market down with us. When you thought it's deal for your own market, they will carry it, you not even get it again. You get tired, they can carry to the hospital, they go use it. When I close the try or say that they go use it. See where it say that they go use it. Why they put in there for? We told this no one said that probably you're bringing your library for your Nova. You know the party they do all doing. But they bring our table, boss our market, our selling bishop mirror boss my whole market. I almost work in my first time. Lord, that my last money on the table you spotted and it's taking the state doing. When you put your market that they will spot it, they will take it, they carry it to the hospital, they use it. That's why they put it there for. The same person was talking about the poor is talking us. So you ain't no poor, I want to be young person, we are for. I say probably here that I won't eat so my brother. And the problem here is suffering with the market here. We're suffering, people here. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So you listen to the verdict of the people and folks. So we take this break with Crime Stopper Liberia. We'll come back. We'll go in more.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand for the right authority. That it can't take your law. Crime Stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see you must target. And I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Okay. They say Liberian people aren't whatever you thought they were before. They have grown conscious, they have grown aware, and they are following. You have had 2 years. They have listened to you with your rhetorics, and they have seen whatever you've got to deliver across every aspect of governance in the country for the 2 to 3 years that you've been here. And you are no longer covered under the cloud of, a newness. Oh, Jackie, we're getting about 2 to 3 budget cycle. Like the common saying go, when you're when your Christmas will be good, you know from the eve. And all Liberians keep seeing is the repetition of despotic tendencies after the order. Despotic tendencies after the order. Abuses of the rule of law unabated. Abuses of human decency. Police and law enforcement brutality meted against peaceful citizens, demolition exercises without any concrete alternative for the people. The people have grown tired. The absence of the people on the street to protest like you did 6 years ago, it is not an indication that they are okay with what you're doing. And this is a wake-up call to those in power. And folks, it will amaze you to know that the message is sinking in. You will agree with me that the vehemence you used to see postings and stuff, people have started watering down. The key elements, the United Party are beginning to say this is 6 years. I don't see the reason why I'm going to be burning bridges with my friends that I'll have to live with in the communities when you have people hijacking and doing what they're doing and thinking that it's all theirs. Most times people will say it is a CDC thing and the government was succeeding with that narrative. Continue to do it. Everybody is angry with CDC, so it doesn't matter. The rest of the other political people, the prominent people, and the stakeholders in the country, they're saying now and blah, blah, blah. Continue to do it. Even the people who were using their silence to give you an opportunity are themselves becoming disturbed and uneasy, believing that they have a duty to this country, not to a regime or a person who is clearly not doing the expected. Whether it's the religious community, right, the civil society, you're seeing a lot of things. And then I've been here several. I advocating for a louder political opposition because I know the significance and importance of the political opposition in any fledgling democracy. And I've said it. I've used instances and cases with Ghana, Nigeria, and other society around us. And today we are beginning to see silent movements, screens, interactions. You understand? And these movements and interactions are coming on the back of recent activities of the government to include the illegal expulsion of Yeke Koluba for his fundamentally guaranteed constitutional right of freedom of expression to form an opinion about issues in the country. And that opinion gets criminalized, and then an elected lawmaker is robbed of his seat to appease the political whims of a despotic leadership. And this have triggered in the political opposition a sense of reawakening. They said, look, you got to wake up. No, man, we can't be saying that here. The Liberian people have blessed us with their trust and their confidence, with their respect, their honor. And we can't sit here thinking that, oh, it is not at our doorsteps, so we should ignore it. When in fact, our children are being discriminated against, they can't get opportunities in this country today because certain people feel uncomfortable with the political position and opinions that they've rendered in time past or even now. This is not the country we suffer for. This is not the country we sacrifice for. Oh, you think we all will be sitting and say, oh, that's CDC and stuff? No, the country got to go beyond that. The CDC have a turn, we have an issue, we rally, we stood up for the country, and you're coming, you're doing even more and worse than what we said was happening here. Imagine a generational wealth of over $300 million contract is awarded by this government, and not a single Liberian company gets a share of it. All goes to Sierra Leone and their Guinean counterparts. Then Liberian becomes spectator. A generational wealth. And people say, no, things are not proceeding right. Let's see. And over the weekend, former President Weah called an occasion. You got to be smart to read from issues when they are happening. Call an occasion. For the most part, I know to the dismay and the astonishment of a lot of you by the names and personality you saw there attending the program, and you're like, ah, really? The former president called for the reburial and Thanksgiving service to honor the life of his late father, Mr. William Bekube Tape Weah Sr. Oh yeah, that's the father, the late father of former President George Weah. For several years he passed. In this critical time, you got to be a political thinker. Let's call an event. There is what the politicians will call, the political scientists will call marriage of convenience. Do you know what time politicians and diplomats triggered that alliance? When there is a common threat. And this common threat is the ruthless, despotic, dictatorial handling of the country by the Unity Party that everybody seems to be rallying. So if you see the leaders quietly, they're not talking, they're not holding press conferences, they're not having big rallies, they're not doing nothing. Quietly, they're moving towards what? The major opposition figure in the country. Openly identifying and quietly aligning In spite of the occasion, forget about the occasion. Think about it. Look at the political turn. Well, so we ain't seen no time to something about I did a time like this. Senator Amara Conant goes and make a comment about what he thinks must be a priority in the face of national aggression, quote unquote, and carry out a comparative analysis. Pope erratic partisan lawmakers put a spin on that to give justification for undemocratic attempt to unseat the man for his democratic view. And people see that happening in the country. And lawmakers, representatives get enabled by that to write a communication lodging the man's complaint to the pro tem's office to investigate the man. What kind of country are we running? Is that a democracy? People are beginning to wonder. Say, okay, but then we have to start in diplomacy. Those are quiet messages, signals. When you start to see the ones on a political field, then you start to sit down and think, what is going on? There was a telephone call that happened before the faces you saw at Jamaica appeared. Then you start to calculate what could be the nature of the conversation beyond the extension of invitation. These are political people. These are leaders. These are big people. At a time with all of what's happening. And then, for president, we had to take the phone and call ALP Benoni UA, for example, who's gone in silence, just on his farm. Quietly, after everything. Takes his phone and they're talking. Why for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes? Oh, Mr. Ure, I'm planning this occasion on Sunday to honor the life and service of my father. I'm extending you an invitation, my brother, my big brother. Oh, thank you, Mr. President. It is my honor. And you can be assured that my family and I will be there. Mr. President, I'm extremely honored by this call. And it's coming at the right time. A conversation with Trigger. Amara Conant. You think when the you people started jittering here, they were jittering for nothing? Because they know it. The sensible one know it. The sensible ones know it like that. And then subsequently, after that, you see an energy into Mr. Cummings to come and speak. And you see what happens? The next day, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf wants to talk. Liberian people, all is not lost. We've been here telling you, keep on, hold on. When you government, it mean that the people are stupid and you can do anything with them. You have 6 years. And you know what it means to live your 6 years in invisible isolation? And you will be thinking that the people are afraid of you. Whoever yet decide to leave you and avoid your lane. Say you're going after people for their speech and they will keep their watch to them. But you start seeing strange movements. I'm not talking about anywhere. The venue alone should signal something to you. Early morning, Mr. Ure drives from Carisburg and to go nowhere but to go to Jamaica. To honor nobody call, but to honor George Weah's call. And you saying on here, you're not smart and intelligent enough to know that there is that is a warning, a political warning, and it is a writing on the wall. It is signaling. And have you also been observing the Secretary General of the CDC in his activities, in his reach out and recognition of personalities and individuals and their responses? For me, I'm a journalist and I'm a political journalist. So, Mr. Koji writes a compliment on Mariah's birthday, for example. In time past, people know to be fierce rivals. And I'm seeing the wordings carefully chosen. And I wait for her response. She comes, she put her response there. And I see not Bernard, but Talia Uris. Right? And I see Charlene Bromsky. And I continue to see some different professionals that you may think and feel that there is, then you begin to think, is this a process of building a tent? A political tent? What is going on? That arrogance has blinded the eyes of the Unity Party from seeing. So to the young people, you're wasting your time. You are not the beneficiary of what is going on. It is those in power and their children. When you see these adjustments, this country does not belong to Unity Party. You look at young professionals, you burn them. For how long will you burn people and call us names and ostracize us from our own country, denying us privileges and opportunities, and justifying it with for political persecution? People say, no, sir. The people say, no, sir. Absolutely no. They're making quiet movements. And the ones that are unofficial, I want to tell you, Councillor Funati Kofa, quietly walking behind the scene. Thomas Yaya Nimle, Grand Jide County. Bill Twawe, Amara Corner, Augustine Tie, Benona Yuri, Orosho Good of the ANC was also represented. Musa Belete of the CMC, all at the same place at the same time. After the cameras, can you predict the conversation? We're not saying anything, but it's signaling. And the big man himself, D. Maswa Sakemia, the negotiator, the diplomat, the quiet mover. And you sit down in your arrogance. Yeah, they want you not happy. As if to say that you want my empire get a country. They want that you can decide, are you God? There is a collective consensus on one thing, that the regime is proceeding despotically and Liberia cannot continue in this form, shape, and manner. Gone are the days where people will see themselves as individuals that should be worshipped because they are the leaders. You go after people's jobs, you go after people's businesses. Long established and built Liberian businesses have been subjected to political persecution under this Joseph Numa Boakai regime. Streamex Oil and Gas. You unconstitutionally and illegally attacks a government policy simply to get at a political opponent. And you think that's leadership for people to sit beside? Things will happen. Things are going on. The regime is on bended knees. They're crying. The heat is on. And this is not stopping. What do you make of these kinds of movements? And what will you hope in the face of the suffering, the hardship, the corruption, the stealing that's going on, the attempt to mortgage and sell out? And when these kinds of movement going on, that's why you will never ever mortgage the Putu Mountain. These people, we will not sit down here and allow it to happen. Neither the Wologisi. Tomo Fala say, anything we can do, we'll do it, we'll get it. Even we'll cover all to get it, Wologisi Mountain up. 3 years now, you can't even make any significant improvement on Lofa Road. The CDC government stopped it at Golu. You're only able to take it from Golu to Salaye. You can't even reach it Zozo. And you're passing around whole day, you say you're building road. Movements are happening, and that's what I can say to you. Well, let's hear you. What do you think? What hope? What can you say to the leaders? Our sympathy and condolence to the Weah family, and we pray with them. For Mr. Weah Sr., for their country demands concerted efforts to redeem us. Leadership, you understand the country belongs to everybody, but you start to ostracize people, to treat people. Look at the country, North Sea. You're picking force in Liberia, you're picking force in Guinea, you're doing this, you're doing that. You're appointing all kinds of people. Check out records, some of them didn't business, all kinds of terrible people. Liberia is being highlighted. Look, do we need to sit and fold our hands and say, oh, because they put me on board? 0776 104 104 06 500 104. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Morning.
Thank you very much. I remain seriously willing, the President General of Concern of Brevard Justice. You see, this is what they're calling for opposition or synergy. But then we are not forgetting that, you know, all that is starting. Surprisingly, we saw a 40th day of Mr. Cummings in the office of Mr. Buckeye. So this opposition sunny day that is coming about, we want the people to be careful with the ANC and Mr. Cummings. Because from what we see from how they are proceeding, they are a regime collaborator. They should be like somebody who like a green state of green grass. So I have nothing but to praise the synergy, but also I'm skeptical about Mr. Cummings and Cummings' movement around the regime. It seems to be a regime for Akala.
No, but there are people who saying they're not seeing former president we are doing anything, but then you start to see the kind of outreach and the kind of movement beyond, bringing people together and when they're sitting, they're listening to him.
You see, those are the people who are very jealous of this guy that I call a man with charisma. You know, charisma is a gift of gift, from God. So when you jealous of anybody who's jealousy, that's it. The guy has leadership ability. He has that what we call leadership ability. It is because of leadership ability that people are being, people are being attracted to. That's how they are gravitating towards him. So we have nothing but to give, praises to that effort that brought all those opposition heads together. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. It went off. I didn't call you up. 0776 104 104 086 500 104. What do you think about what we're seeing? That looks like a political collaboration building up somewhere. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Okay. My name is Jason.
This is Abu here.
Abu, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the show. Thank you for the show. And I'm give you an inordinate amount of time to push your demented analysis on the government for it to resonate with the people. Because you want to take the force of the UP while in opposition. But then the difference between you and the UP guys is they will pick one ill in government, in the citizen government, and then we play with them with it. Even though they will magnify what really happened, but then for the citizen opposition, like what you just said about the local role from the Minister of Public Works now, they're supposed to dedicate the role this month because of the war in Iran. The donor will not be able to come because they're in war. So if anybody pass that road and hear what you just said, nobody's going to give you any credit for that. But the whole lot of Asian society that the government is not doing. These are things that you should focus on and flex it. So that people that you talk to, they will find reason to listen to you, and then they will tend to believe what you're saying. But when you see it, and contrary to what the government is doing, I don't think you're not going to bring any impact. So opposition, I think we've got to be very careful what to talk about. And what
Okay, so let me take you on the Lofa road. So where is the Lofa road? Where was the Lofa road the CDC levy, and where is it now?
The Lofa road CDC levy around Goro, but now that road have reached Salai as we speak. And then
wait now. So what did I say?
You said they have followed it.
Eh?
That's what he said. He said the UP government has abandoned that road.
My man, listen now. I let it kind of thing, bro. We put a lot of effort in the thing. The school I went to, I mean, stop that kind of thing, man. If you get a mindset, go find somewhere. That's why I said, you can't on public radio, you lie on me like that, my man. The thing I say clearly. My man, Baba, man, move for you, man. My man, what kind of man so? I said the thing, I said you told the thing you carry the thing to salary, you didn't reach the thing to Zozo, then you say, I say the banner. Morning, yeah, go ahead.
My name is Vivek from Morning, I'm calling from Jesus Factory. Why are you arguing with that man?
That's what they can be passing around doing.
Abu, you may flower that kind of the Joseph Boga want to do something for himself, and he do it for himself. Because the greatest regret I ever regret in my life was for President, we had to give power to Joseph Boga. How much is the factory rule are very here? In the heart of the state, Joseph Boga used to go there, speaking like a foreign history to the people. He not even know how to speak with you well. Loud to the people, he not even know how to complete it, speak the factory rule. Then he all rule. God will help us. Somebody will come from different place, face the rule. Joseph Boga will not point.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is G. Moses calling from a Ralphie, resident.
Go ahead.
Apple, I listened to Mr. Kumi,
No, I'm talking about Mr. Kumi. I'm talking about the activities at President Bwaka, President Weah, former President Weah, Jamaica Resort, that saw all these political actors converge.
Yeah, let me speak to that because myself was very close to that. Whole program. Yeah, look, I just want to take this time to extend my deeper condolence to the former president and to all his family. And then, Abu, the activity former president Weah, Jamaica Resources, they go on time. It was just a clear message to our rescue force. The Liberian people, they don't need it anymore. They are not favor because these people, they are dangerous people. Deception. I think when God was creating Satan, that party, the God knew the party. I think they were sending that rest or when God was creating Satan. Because these people, their attitude, their behavior is no different from Satan. And they got look at the way they are getting country. It make people are getting into more poverty than any other thing where the men were doing in the community initiated. When one president we are there that he was, cutting down his salary. People didn't want us to.
So the way all the powerful opposition leaders then went for that program, now what do you think? You think at that point they all getting tired of what Mr. Bwaka doing and they trying to send a message?
I'm not getting tired. I put the people already done with you at the party. I can tell you clearly. The profile with the people. Look, you at the party, you know how to look like. They just that one other prayer in our daddy or the couple nene. I know the God used to be too powerful. Boy, God, I can white hair, the long beard, big apple. So every time the God used to be in the hole of the tree, on the forest tree, when the cover grow, they can get hole into it. So the God went and built the net and built a time. So he sat there and put a hit osa. When the man put a hit osa, all the other bird, when they see it, they can be scared. They say, I'll come outside. They say, no, don't come me, there will be feeding. Then we just have Joe Bugger man. From the day that God created him, who the library, he been feeding him. For the 2 years, no achievement. For the 2 years, nothing he can show off. He has not made anybody. The former person, we are where we can see somebody will come and say, oh, that man maybe don't go to school. Oh, that man maybe don't do this. You know, the bird was looking. So I said, the point in time, after he suppressed the people, suppressed the friend. So this is the project of Stella, which is to the back of Osa. Apple. When that prayer got Osa, he made a big, that body cry. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Knock it down.
So it was
you the body look like now.
I know somebody told me this breast story before, but thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. They say liars say my winning across the river. But let me tell you, good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for your topic on discussion. Yeah, bravo. See this country that we're in today is very difficult for Liberia today because if you are giving go harder, the people they can't be lying to us. The people, they're looking at the monkey, they're just jumping from one place to another.
But it's just 2 years, and it seems everybody's getting tired. And former President Weah is kind of hauling everybody near. And I see all the powerful opposition political leaders are coming on a 110, having conversation. Nothing official, nothing formal. It's just a regular sitting. But the fact that he's calling all of them, people saying a lot of things about to change.
Well, Abu, you can see the thing clearly for yourself. That nothing the government is doing. The only thing they are telling us, they only lying to the people at the sit down and killing their own citizens, eating citizen brutality that is the day of the day you can see. But what so much? Tell me what say the government the power 3 years now. What is tangible? You can tell me of what the government had. The people cannot control the Liberian people. The days that they used to control the Liberian people that they have gone. Everybody else is open to the reality. You cannot fool me again. I was not born in the 90s. In the 80s, I was not born. But now, the thing that happening, brother, you cannot lie to me. Because for myself, I have sat down and see the reality. That while I evaluate between President Weah and President Bwaka. Because I follow the footsteps and I know what he has done for this country. I read the land. I read through between the land. So I choose President Weah to become the rightful person of the nation.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. The last call, and then we can close up on issues right here. Very importantly. Good morning. Morning.
My name is Nwadiasi.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Abu. The post say was telling the people who were campaigning for horse to horse was telling the people about Joseph Bwaka. You might not say we are king for others. The way God king for his people. So, part two job we have to come through in a country and the people the one wanted Joseph Bwaka. What in the poll will show in the country that they not do. Everything that job we have want to end it. They only their party around lying, suffering people. We said it, no money, no fire, everybody get headache scatter. So what we owe in the country here, then they just lying to other brave people. Why the people want lie to us in the country here? But 2029, we pray for lawless. We will vote our people up and job where we can fight to end our job for all.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, folks. So you listen to the callers. Liberians are equally overwhelmed and beginning to see the signal of the power that lies in political opposition, especially during critical moments like these, where the government seems to be exclusively working only for the few in power. They've blatantly ignored the rights and the cries of the ordinary people. They continue to go after, and opportunities are no longer directed to benefit the Liberian people. Rather, they're serving the whims and interests of foreign partners, foreign connections. How you take a $300 million contract and give it to a Sierra Leone company when there are struggling Liberian construction companies here that could collaborate? A generational world we're talking about. You take the transport ministry contract from a Liberian and give it to a foreigner. You're taking everything from the Liberian people in their own country, giving it to foreigners. And these things are hurting. When people are no longer hiding their feelings and they're coming out. So now, fellow Liberians, this is our country, and we are at a crossroad. We are at a very difficult moment. We know what it is. After the fierce campaign and electoral process in 2023, and the desire and the hope and expectation for change and betterment that have turned out to be something that nobody is willing and prepared to live through for the next hour. But yet, we have to, because the law requires 6 years. And it is a dire reality that keeps dawning on each of us every now and then. Even supporters and non-supporters of the rescue mission are feeling the hurt. You appoint people in fake roles. The NDS, National Drug Service, the government appointed Jacob Musa Kole. We are told he has had no office, no salary, no vehicle. He has to be whooping and hanging in the office of the Post and Telecommunication Minister. They're hiding that secret. We'll find time Monday, we'll talk about it more. What kind of fake life and fake things like that? Now, in our evaluation of the Vice President radio appearance, we told you that some statement, almost a lot of the comments that came out of the Vice President were misplaced and irresponsible. They were not representative of a smart, intelligent Vice President. It triggered in me a sense to begin thinking about whether this is what Liberia should have as a Vice President. It was belittling. The reasoning, the technical understanding were so disgracefully misrepresented. And today, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, in a media address, speaking to several issues, addressed a key one that I've received note on. This question about the Vice President position on concession companies in the country. And which one this, which one that? So the journalist asks on the issue of concession, Vice President Kun made a statement that both the foreigners who operate these companies and Liberians can steal, though the foreigner can steal more. So the journalist asked the former president, what can you say about it? Remember, before I tell you the response of the former president, I told you that that comment was misplaced and it was to try to pacify the danger in corruption and make it look like it's a normal thing or it's okay. I told you that just went yesterday or the day before. Mrs. Sally respond. That's a foolish statement. The former president respond to that quotation or comment from the vice president, said that is a foolish statement. What makes it foolish is, say by saying everybody can steal, it's like covering up for those companies. The vice president will tell you about the double standard, acting as an agent on behalf of these concession companies. They may go to King George, gets a reality, but comes back and put up a defense for the foreign companies. It's like covering up for those companies and shying away from the fight against corruption and holding leaders accountable. Kun and the rescue mission won't be held accountable. They won't run away from accountability issue. They won't talk corruption matter. They won't make it load normal. They may say, oh, the foreign company can steal, the Liberian company can steal, but the foreign company can steal more, blah, blah, blah. How you can't do that kind of child's play? We're talking serious matter. Fair Liberian, the ball's in your court. You're the ordinary people. You're on the Tesla cap there, somebody you're getting mad. You're overwhelmed with this partisanship. I've told you always, drop your partisan cap. Liberia is bigger than any political party. These people are treating Liberia terribly, and they must be made to know that. My name is Abu, and this is how I like to bring the curtains down on this Thursday morning presentation. Of course, the weekend team will be here tomorrow, but we're going to make a return on Monday to look at other issues. And of course, until we see you, do have yourself a wonderful time. Bye-bye.
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they killed their time, they changed their mind.